Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back to Hanging with Mangg. I'm playing a little bit of Borderlands 3 here. Lego and I started playing this last night on Two Brothers Play, and it's been pretty fun so far, but you know, we only did story missions. So we're starting to fall behind in levels. I have to do some side content to catch up a little bit. But anywho, anywho. This week, on this channel, I feel like this is probably a little loud just for me talking.
Yeah, right.
Let's see here. Done. So yeah, this week on this channel, Elden Ring, Fallout New Vegas. You knew that. You definitely knew that. Not much else to say. Fallout New Vegas will end this week. And then we will start up Fallout 4. Which was plenty of fun. Very modded playthrough. Heavily modded on Fallout 4. What I would say is like, it's a mod list that's pretty much Fallout 4 as it should have been. Like, it's like the ideal Fallout 4. So I had a lot of fun with it.
Bloke's got a power core built right into his suit. That'll get us up and running.
Why does every damn thing always need a damn power core?
So that's that. Elden Ring, I think we're on like part 58 or something. Out of 82.
Kill anyone who talks to me before I've had my coffee. But now I literally might. I don't know, that's just funny to me.
And that's that. I did start... I've been recording a Cataclysm playthrough, bow only, and I think I'm going to do at least one other playthrough after that recorded. Not sure what. I don't know. I mean, I don't think anyone really has any input on what they'd like to see or not like to see. What was I considering? So I was considering... the drug playthrough. And instead of, like, starting out just, like, addicted to everything, I thought it might be more interesting to... What was I saying? It might be more interesting to just start out sober and then become addicted to everything. And with the goal of the playthrough being, like, to accumulate 1,000 of all, like, the heavy drugs. So, like, 1,000 joints, 1,000 doses of meth, 1,000 doses of heroin, 1,000 tabs of acid, or, you know. I haven't looked into what all drugs are in the game exactly. And I'm not sure if I'd do that in Bright Nights or Dark Days Ahead. What else? So there's the no crafting playthrough, there's the Luddite playthrough where I can't use anything that uses electricity. I'd also like to do an In a Woods playthrough with the Dark Days Ahead mod, where it removes like every last touch of civilization from the game world. So it's just like wilderness, and there is no electricity. You know, there's no cars, there's no cities, there's nothing but the wilderness. And maybe combine that with the dinosaur mod to make it extra interesting. Gun only could be potentially interesting. I want to do a faulty bionic playthrough where I start with all the faulty bionics and you have to find a way to remove them. I want to do a mutation playthrough where we get like one of the mutation traits and we're just constantly mutating and stuff.
Cool, very cool. Now hit the
I don't
bell.
know.
That should
Yeah, there's a
wake
lot.
up or whatever. And my facial flare. Voila. Or whatever.
And obviously I'm not going to do all of those, like, now. I'm sure I'll take a break soon. And I don't even know when I'll upload this, because I also have all those RimWorld videos that I recorded. There's Cataclysm videos I recorded a long while back that I never uploaded, and I probably never will, because I don't think any of them were that spectacular.
Shop's powered up. Can we get that coffee now, bro?
Man, no can do. We're like a
I think
two-
that's that.
You'll have to supply your own to-go cup.
Well, bollocks.
I still don't think there's any big games that I need to be doing Let's Plays of in the near future, so, you know. Elden Ring kind of just swept everything aside. So that's the story for this channel. Over on the Exploring series, I released a video on... Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Well, let me actually think. Return. About this nature deity starting in the factory basement,
Mug is mine.
rejecting modernity, returning to nature.
Looks like the coffee break's over, boys. Let's get 'em.
Step wrong shit.
You know, it was alright. I mean, it's certainly not one of my favorite SCPs of all time. But it was decent.
Screw you, Walter. I was just trying to get my coffee on. It was on great, damn it.
And then this week, I worked on a very exciting SCP that I think plenty of people are going to enjoy. It's pretty good. God damn.
Feeling it.
Oh my god, it's glorious.
Now pick up the mug. Wait, what does it say? Well,
Right, SCP, I want to say 6488 is the number. It's the fourth part of Admonition. It's titled Eighth Commandment. And it's going to end up being 2 parts rather than 1. It's going to end up being about 2 hours total, give or take. So, you know.
oh man.
I don't think anyone is really generally displeased about having 2 parts compared to a 2-hour video. Especially because eventually it will be a 2-hour video once I, like, go on vacation and decide to just release the combined video to give me a break.
I know you have the mug, Walter. I'm ordering my troops to
So that should be good. It's all about AI. It's about AIs being in a simulation and kind of fighting against being in a simulation and turning on humanity in interesting ways. And the second part especially is going to get very, very interesting.
Hell yeah!
Those dudes were the literal worst.
So that should be good.
Barista bot, just shut up and get us the coffee.
That's about it. That's honestly about it. It's just, you know, one of those weeks where you just
Cool, locally sourced.
work. That's what you do.
What is taking so long?
Whatever, man. You can't rush perfection.
We,
Let the bot do its work. It'll be so.
well, I guess, yeah, in other news, my parents moved into my house this week because my sister and her family are building a house. They needed a place to stay in the meantime, so they're staying at my parents' house. My parents are staying with me. Simple as that.
Bring that coffee here.
You know, it should only be for like 6 months, maybe less.
Hey, we've all got our vices.
I mean, it's not something like, you know, in a perfect world, yes, my parents would live with me in my basement. But it's not that big of a deal, and, you know, you gotta do favors for family. That's the one thing I learned from Vin Diesel. That's what it is. So that's good. And my big gaming throne should be coming here pretty damn soon. Hopefully this week.
So necessary.
Hey, Atlas! Rise and Grind's back in business, and that coffee's on me.
And I'll be recording some footage of sort of the construction or whatever involved with it. The company sent me some documentation, sort of. They sent me an email for when I get it. And it's basically just like a Google Drive document. And in it was a 34-minute long video showing how to set up the chair, the platform, and everything. Showing how to set it up. 34 minutes long. And the background music was an English cover of the Spirited Away credits song. Looped. So it just looped for 34 minutes straight. That was the only song. I don't know why. Like, the editor just really liked that song, or I highly doubt they went ahead and got the rights to use this song just for this instructional video.
Well done, Vault Hunter. Now come on over for a
It's a
well-earned reward.
Chinese company, I think. So I guess it doesn't really matter that they use the Japanese version or an English cover. I don't know why you would... Like, if you don't know either language, I'm not sure why you'd prefer the English version over the Japanese. Unless they thought, like, oh, we're sending this to an American, fuck it, we'll just use the English. I have no idea. I don't know how it all works, but I thought it was just funny. And I haven't seen Spirited Away in years, but I still, like, recognized the song, like, the melody.
But even this little taste of the world we lost? It keeps us going, you know?
So yeah, 34 minutes long, very extensive. But then they had a second video as part of that.
Now that we've got
That was like 11 minutes long, and that seemed to be for the version of the chair that I actually purchased.
China, which was
And that looked very much simpler. So I don't know why they sent the 34-minute version. I don't know. They really wanted me to hear that song. But it doesn't look that complicated. It's mostly just heavy. You know, it's mostly just this big, massive, heavy thing. But it comes in like 2 parts, and you just have to like slot in the big overarching arm into the chair platform. And there's a bunch of things to screw in. And then you have to attach the monitors however you want to attach the monitors. And shouldn't be too tough. Fingers crossed.
And on a personal note, one guy, Captain Rowe, who's been giving me no end of trouble.
In
Pin him down, but I hear
board gaming, we finished
for burgers.
the third part of Hexplore it this week, Sands of Shurax. So it was 3 sessions total, probably about 6 hours.
And I've got hungry people back at the base, you get me?
Oh, I get you, Lorelei. I so get you. Okay,
You know, I feel like when I was playing Hexplore it solo,
they're using my diner to supply their troops.
I was much more likely to really take my time and just like
When Malawar showed up,
spread the whole thing out and make sure like I'm as ready as possible, or you know there's no time left and the big boss like you know is coming for me and ready to kill me. Whereas I feel like when I play with a group of people like that, they kind of just bum rush it, I suppose. They're just like, you know, we're ready to be done. So yeah, I don't know. I really think Hexplore is good with a very small group or solo.
Hey, Sugar, Moxie here, and I've got a job for you. Those Calypso twins live for attention, right? So I say we take it away by
So what did we do? We ended up killing the 9th boss. We had gotten so much money from gambling because of our huge win, so we went to the 9th boss after upgrading like all our shit. And we fucking massacred the 9th boss. Like, it was brutal. He didn't do like a single point of damage to us. So I think we like upgraded a little bit more after that. We did like a couple missions or something. But then we're like, okay, I guess let's just fight the Ravager, you know, the final boss. So we still had, you know, a number of turns before we had to fight the big boss. I mean, we could have delayed it a good amount.
Whatever you say, little man.
come on, let's go. It's time to get the diner up and running.
But, you know, we didn't want to drag it out to another week, I guess, another gaming session. So,
Here we
just
are.
like, fuck it.
Let's get some new burgers going. Hit that button and digit-struck those big bad burgers. Yeah.
It's unfortunate to say, but the Ravager fucking devoured us. It was really not even that close.
Bummer. The digit
We had to kill off like 3
sample.
parts of its body, essentially.
A sample of my
Each
secret
part has its own like health. We had to kill 3 of them to win,
my dude.
and we
I know it
killed
sounds
1.
vile, but it makes the burgers so damn
It was
There's a
a
rat stand in the
massacre.
trash bin. Go get it.
Part of that was us not really being a min-max group. Part of that was due to us being a little underprepared, and part of that was due to us being a little stupid with our actual decision-making of how to fight the boss. So all that combined, big massacre. We got slaughtered. You know, had we gotten slaughtered and then just, like, reset everything and tried it again and did it properly, maybe. Had we done it on a slightly easier difficulty, yeah, we probably would have won. But it is what it is. The Ravager is a legendary figure, you know.
The top slot stood, or should I say,
Um,
both arms and one leg locked up before Gaslup succumbs to flight. But it looks like the...
Now, start by squishing some ratch larva. Doing that should draw out
so next week, I think we're gonna play something, just one-off kind of thing of maybe Traders of Genoa, because I've had that for years. And then the following week, we should be playing Zia Legends of a Drift System. Nice, cool space sandbox. Should be fun.
Look, here comes the big one.
Eat that shit. Boo.
There you go.
Done.
Now grab a big hunk of that disgusting, delicious meat. Yes. Now bring it back to me.
Inventory full. Yeah. I mean, gosh, what else is there to really say? Not a particularly interesting week.
Yes, car of your dreams? There's only one way to
Nose to the grindstone and all that.
When we open the Great Vault, will you be there?
Put the meat on the digiscanner so we can do this thing.
Opposing our holy mission at every turn.
And,
So far as to form an
hanging with Mangg has been short ever since we stopped doing RPGs.
Corn. Okay, now we need a delivery bot so we can get these burgers to the people who need them. Hit that button.
On a more positive note, we'd like to welcome our new friend.
But what are you gonna do?
What up, my dude?
I was gonna say can't do RPGs by yourself, but you definitely can. You've been growing in popularity.
After it. Lorelei, my burger bot is trying to deliver a meal to that Captain Rowe guy you were talking about.
What? You're joking!
Iron Sworn is pretty popular as like a
One bastard.
Viking, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla kind of RPG solo. And Star Sworn, I think is what it's called, is like the space version of it they recently came out with. I've tried to like learn Iron Sworn a couple times now, and I just like can't get into the material. I should just watch somebody play it and see how it goes.
Just feeding the birds.
But, you know, it's a weird concept to me. It's the solo RPG. I feel like, you know, I can't confirm this as I've never played it or seen it played, but I feel like it's better for people that like RPGs because of the stories that you can generate. You know, the stories that happen at the table. And, you know, if you're the type of person that when they play, they are really like, okay, what would this character do? You know, what would my character do? How would this develop the story in this direction? You know, if you're the type of person that likes Critical Role and stuff like that, because of the characters and story, then it's like, yeah, I could see if you're into that and you have some talent for that, maybe a solo RPG would be a really, you know, a decent alternative to playing with other people. But for someone like me that likes RPGs because I want to be thrown difficult problems that I have to somehow come up with solutions for, I don't know if it's quite the same, because I don't know, like
Burger delivery for Captain Archer Rowe.
the RPG the material, I mean, you could have tables and stuff, and you could generate problems. But it's just like, it's weird for me to be the own arbiter of whether a plan succeeds or fails. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just, I have not played it, so I can't really talk. If anyone has any experience with solo RPGs. Fuck you!
Nice job taking out that high-value target, Vault Hunter.
Lorelei, it's gonna take some time to override Malowan's control over my burger bots, and this one might as well be scrapped.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
In the meantime,
who would have ever thought I would have liked playing Magic Realm, maybe I would get into solo RPGs and it would just be like the fucking greatest hobby I've ever had. It's like all I want to do is just play more Iron Sworn and stuff, I don't know.
burgers your way. Just need some time to reprogram my burger bots, then I'll be back on my burger slinging feet.
I guess my question is, like,
Keep 'em coming. We got a lot of hungry
is playing a solo RPG that much different than just writing a book? You know? Writing a book without the actual, like, writing portion. I think it could make for some interesting streams, where we just get on stream, I sit down, and we're, like, going through an RPG kind of together. It could be interesting.
Hello there, Hunter.
But, yeah.
Kudos for taking out
I
Captain
guess that's about it.
Hunter.
So, Elden Ring, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4
Now he's dead.
this week. More Borderlands 3 with Lego on Saturday.
The cornerstones of civilization.
SCP-6488, I'm guessing is the number for 8th Commandment. All about AIs and good stuff. That's tomorrow on the Exploring series, and that's about it. Alright. So, my name is Mangg. This has been Hanging with Mangg. See you fine folks next week.